Hey, happy Monday morning, everyone. All right, so we are going to start our conclusions today. And I know it sounds early, right? Because some of us are just making our way through our intros at this moment. It just means you're going to have to speed up a little bit, kiddos, because we're running out of time. And I'm not saying that stress you out. It's just a matter of fact. And so I'll try to support you through that as best I can. But part of that support is just asking you to get going. Okay. All right. So with that, we're going to start our conclusions. And just as with the other two pieces, it's really about just doing the best that you can. All right, and turning it in until we can do better through feedback. All right, and so don't worry about making this perfect. All right, do worry about following the guidelines and considering the criteria, but just get it turned in, get it done, and get it turned in so I can give you some feedback and we can finally start putting all these parts and pieces together. Okay. So with that, I want you to think about conclusions a little differently. Okay. As you go to leave me and your writing experience with me here soon. Uh, conclusions. I think, guys, are final impressions. Yes, they kind of wrap things up and sum things up. But if we don't take advantage of the opportunity to make that final lasting impression on the readers, then I think it truly is an opportunity lost. All right. And I think maybe the most important impression that we can make on our readers is to end with some final words of wisdom, and that is certainly what we're going to attempt to do here with our conclusions for our Wisdom Writers Diaries. All right, this is what I'm looking for. Okay, and so when I go to give you feedback, this is what I'm going to give you feedback on. Did you begin with a rehook? All right, and in order to do that, you have to go back to your introduction to see where you began, and then from there plan how you're going to do your rehook. Okay, hooks are circles, guys. All right, they have to come back full around. So if you started here, you got to go back there. All right, and so you're going to have to go back and revisit your introduction. Um, and then what I'm looking for, or you're starting to present some final insights about your theme and about your experience that will transition into and conclude with a theme statement. Now, we ended our intro with a thesis statement. That is our "I am human" statement. Because I experienced loss, I am human. That's your thesis statement. Okay. Your theme statement is what you have gotten from the experience expressed as a theme, just as if we were taking that theme out of someone else's story, a book, etc. You are going to present what you hope someone else takes out of your story. All right. So you're going to state your theme at the end, and that'll be the very final sentence. And to do that, I would remind you of the criteria that is expected for a theme statement. So please go back through this and please make sure that your theme statement matches the criteria presented here. Here are some quick task steps. All right. And I've already talked about these a little bit, but just to reiterate, revisit your introduction. That is muy importante. All right, that is where to see where you began, so you can replan your hook. Okay, or plan your rehook. Excuse me. Um, and this is a second and I think vital step. All right, go back to last year's model. The example, and I provided the link here for you to see how they made their final impressions, and importantly, to see what their theme statements look like. Okay, so don't underestimate the power of the model here. Now and forever, guys, models are important tools when it comes to being writers. Okay, draft your conclusion in the space below. All right. Please, before you submit for feedback, go back and check the criteria above. If there's a change that you know how to make, something you forgot, please do that before you send it to me so I don't just send it back quickly saying, oops, forgot this. All right. And then once you feel like, okay, I've done what I can, Sai, it's your turn, please submit for feedback, and that will give me an opportunity to help you out along the way and to give you feedback specifically on these three areas right here. Okie dokie. So with that, let's dig in today. Let's try to get a conclusion done, get it turned in. The sooner you get it turned in, the sooner I can give you feedback. All right. If you need more help or explanation than what I presented here, please reach out. Okay. Happy Monday.